We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood.
What's up everybody, Kinetic here, and welcome back to the real Bloodborne walkthrough. This is a new special version of this walkthrough. This is 2 times speed. I thought that it would be, well, in a way, kind of entertaining to watch me walk around and kill things in 2 times the speed. And also, it would help to kind of squeeze all this into a single video rather than having it spread over maybe 2 or 3 different videos. So this is the Sewers of Yharnam. This is exactly where we left off last time after the previous proper walkthrough video, whatever you want to call it, after I fought the cleric beast. And since then, if you've been watching the main walkthrough, you've seen me do all sorts of different things, which was a great opportunity for me to just focus on that, on the main walkthrough, of course, but I definitely didn't want to go it too long and then end up forgetting like what the sewers were like. I almost got to that point. But yeah, the purpose of these now 2 times speed walkthroughs is to, just like before, show you basically how to navigate, where the majority of the items are, the rather important ones are the ones that I'm going to make sure that you guys get a chance to notice and to pick up. For example, there is an armor set to pick up and also a new weapon here in this video. You've seen a couple of things happen, some enemies killed, and then there's this item here on the beam. And I've talked about this before, I'll say it again. I like to turn the camera around. It helps to see better below me where my character is going to land. So carefully with the analog stick, position yourself as best as you can over the beam, and then gently take a step forward, or down as it would be, in order to take the leap. Thick cold blood, of course, is used to gain blood echoes, used to level ourselves, etc. And we're really close to getting a new armor set. Now, I did in the previous videos for this walkthrough show you to go ahead, if you want to, pick up the armor set from the merchant. You don't have to do that. If you're feeling comfortable and you're fairly good at not dying constantly, then yeah, I would skip actually getting that first armor set, the Yharnam set from the merchant, and instead just wait to aim and go for this set here. Either way, the set that we bought from the merchant is only like 3k echoes anyway, so it's really no big loss. Since you can farm echoes really easily here in Bloodborne, it's no big deal. But the Hunter set, right, looks very similar to the Yharnam set in terms of its style, but has considerably different stats. We get more physical defense, we lose some of the sort of magical defenses against arcane, bolt, and slow and rapid poison. But at this point in the game, we're really not concerned, especially I think with the poison effects, because those don't come into play from enemies until later in other areas. So for now, I definitely recommend equipping and having fun in the Hunter set. It's quite stylish. Time for hunting. So at this point, there's one other item up here before the rats. You can pick that up. It's actually, that was from a corpse, my bad. Yeah, you could really just skip these rats completely, because I mean, unless you want the throwing knives that they drop, this is kind of a waste of time. There's nothing at the end. You can just go up the ladder. Throwing knives are quite nice. They're kind of like pebbles, except they do damage. You can throw them to grab enemies' attention, to damage them a little bit. But not bad. But yep, just head up the ladder, and we're pretty much going to go right back the way that we came to enter into this section of the Yharnam Sewers. Just checking that barrel, just in case, but there's really not that much to be found down here. Really just coming down here for the armor set, mostly. So then, after the ladders, it takes us right back up here, over to the Great Bridge, right? And from here, you'll notice that our position is kind of in between the troll over there that was before the cleric beast and the werewolves. You may have to fight them again, but basically we want to get back to here. There's that drop, and if you've watched the previous videos, you know that we're on our way to the dog cages, as you can see. They sound so cute when they're barking at 2 times speed. I still have no idea whether these guys will actually break out of their cage or not if you don't kill them. I'm not waiting to find out. I'm just going to go ahead and slaughter them. Besides, it's like easy echoes. And that's going to bring us here to another entrance to the Yharnam Sewers. Sadly, there's nothing to be found except for this little entranceway that'll take you up to the toppest levels of the sewer here. I'm going to first take out this patrol guy who wanders back and forth from these stairs. And our aim is to get into that area, but do it starting from here. A little drop down. And you can break all the stuff if you want, but it's a complete waste of time because there's only 3 things here. There's the Cold Blood Dew, which is easily found without even breaking any of the stuff. And then there are these bodies hanging from chains. Equip your weapon in the 2-hand form to get the maximum range, and then just chop the chain, hopefully without falling down. You can see the items are going to land on either side of that, I don't really know what to call it, but there's these 2 platforms on either side of a lower section, and we'll have to go from the 2nd level, which is where you can see that that guy patrolling around, and drop down to either side in order to get those items. Before that, though, waste a little time breaking stuff because there's nothing here. And then come over here and talk to this lovely lady.
Oh, a hunter, are you? What a mess you've been caught up in. Here, to welcome a new hunter.
So she gives you Bold Hunter's Mark ×4. These are used to return you back to the Hunter's Dream without losing blood echoes.
Still lingering. What's wrong?
Talk to her a little bit more, she'll give you a sweet gesture, the shake-off cape. And then that's pretty much it. Now, an interesting thing about this character is it looks like there's something behind her, and I still haven't really looked into that. If you guys are interested to know more about whatever that is, then I would recommend just Googling it. I don't even know. Maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe there's really nothing there. But if there is, then probably the only way to get it would be to kill her. Good luck with that. And we're done with this level. So we're going to go back out here. And if we take a little drop right here, this puts us at the bottom of the stairs that we saw earlier in this room. There's 3 enemies in this area, and one of them is really only the threat, and I wouldn't say that's the rifle guy. He will shoot at you, actually, while you're up on the 3rd level, and shoot at you whenever you're running around here, so go ahead and take him out. A couple of other guys here, take them out. And now we're going to start retrieving our items that we chopped down from the upper level. There's rats down there, so you kind of have to be careful about where you're jumping down. They're on either side of the platforms. I like to take one of the corners. In this case, I drop down at a corner where there's no rats. And then I try to take the rats by surprise if I can. I'm terrified of rats, though, because, I don't know, it's just a shame. So I'm a little bit cowardly in my tactics when it comes to killing rats. Item number 1 is a pair of bloodstone shards. I'm randomly sitting down. I don't know why. And then there's a couple of rats over here guarding a body with an item on it. Throw a pebble, get one of the attention. Drop down for a plunging attack with the R1 while you're falling. And grab some madman's knowledge. And 2 throwing knives from the corpse. Now be careful, there may be rats coming from the other side of that platform to ambush you. We're going to go out this way, and at the next level from this ladder are a couple of rifle guys. So you may or may not get their attention. If you do, just haul ass by holding the circle button to go up the ladder faster. And then this guy is likely to chase you in here. Be careful, he has crazy range with that weapon. I seem to underestimate him every time. I don't know why. More bloodstone shards, great for upgrading our weapons. These guys will probably shoot at you a couple more times before finally going back to their patrol. And what I like to do is I wait for that guy right there to go to the other side and join the other rifle hunter. And with them together, it's real easy with your axe two-handed like this. Take them both out at the same time. Grab some bullets. Now I'm going back into this room, so that way we can drop down to the other side of the platform right about here. There's a rat. I hate rats, but he did me a favor and dropped down by accident. Now there's 3 of them over here. R1 sweeping attacks with the axe two-handed works wonders to kill them. And here is a saw spear. This is, I believe, the first weapon that you should naturally, in a sort of sensible means of exploration. Find. I don't know of any other weapons currently except for like maybe the torch. Does the torch really count as a weapon? I don't think so. But the saw spear is interesting. It is faster than our hunter axe when used in its short form, basic form, right? It's faster than our hunter axe in its single hand form. Has a kind of interesting moveset, but I'm not a big fan of it. When it's transformed, it's actually much more interesting, I think. It has greater range than my hunter axe as it's in its single hand form. It's about the same speed. And for the R2 attack, it becomes much like a spear attack from the previous Souls games, like a very strong thrusting attack, which could prove to be very, very useful against certain types of enemies. It's entirely up to you if you want to use this weapon or not. So now that we're done screwing around with that... That was so weird. Even in real time, that's really weird looking. We're going to head down this way, and you can see we're coming to a platform, and then there is a ladder. Before we go anywhere, we're going to go ahead and go up this ladder and make our way to opening up a shortcut. To our right, some crows that need dying. Very easy to kill most of the time, unless you miss, of course. Some more madman's knowledge. Across the bridge, we have a troll that is not paying attention. So walk up to him quietly and do an R2 charge attack. Take him by surprise. He's going to rage a bit, and then put him out of his misery. Over there's a door. You can knock on it. People are going to reject you, though. And over here, we have a red lamp, which indicates that there's an NPC we can talk to. Hit this switch, and this is going to open up a gate. And you probably recognize this. This is where we were much earlier in the game. The stairs lead to the dogs, dogs to the Great Bridge, and to the werewolves, and to the cleric beast. Here, this little girl, she is a little girl, it's not just the speed-up effect, is looking for her mom. And if you agree to take the quest, then what you get is a tiny music box. This tiny music box is actually a usable item, which I didn't actually know at first in my my main playthrough. I just thought it was sort of like a key item that maybe you, I don't know, show to an NPC later or something like that. But it actually has a very specific, meaningful purpose coming up here. There are two names that you can take note of. Viola, which is her mother's name, and Gascoigne, I believe that's how it's being pronounced, or how I've been told it's pronounced. Like I said, she rejects you. Alright, so now we're going to go back to our ladder. Hold the circle button to slide down to go even faster. And down here it looks like a simple item with a bunch of corpses, but they're not quite dead. So, plunging attack, here we go. Upon attacking, we now realize that it's a trap. Thankfully, these things are really slow. They can attack you fairly good if you get too close to them. Their arms are extremely long. And this actually can be a bit confusing as well, like which ones are alive. Just keep trying to target stuff, and you'll see which ones are alive and which ones are dead. And our item that was sitting in the middle was 10 quicksilver bullets. Keep your camera tilted up and you'll notice that there are a couple of crows perched up there on a beam. Got some more of these creepers, as I call them. Easy to take out. Crows should fly down for you, and then just R2 attack them. Over here, absolutely nothing it seems. Continuing on, down some stairs, got some more creepers up ahead, and there's a little path to our right. We'll take a look at that here in a second. First, we're going to deal with the creepers. And there's two more crows up there. Be mindful of them. Here is a corpse waiting to ambush you as you try to collect those bloodstone shards. Be mindful of that. do this however you will. If you want to throw pebbles or just bait them by running around them and stuff like that, just to get them down. As you can see, there's a big beastie down at the end of this corridor. He will charge you, and he will do tons of damage. Don't even bother, just go ahead and climb up this ladder. There's another way that we can deal with him soon. Now up at the top here, there is the bottom of the elevator that we are aware of. That's going to take us back up to where the trolls are and back to our Central Yharnam lamp. This bridge is interesting. We got a mob of enemies that want to kill us, and then the troll at the end rolls a flaming ball of death and takes everybody out for you. There's our brick troll and his accomplice, the torchbearer. All right. So, now here we have another ladder, and this is going to take us to the other end of that corridor where our giant pig beast monster is waiting. But he's not quite aware of us. So we have a couple of options here. What you can do, if you have them, right? If you have oil urns and a Molotov cocktail, then you can do like I did, which is kind of what I recommend, actually. You can hit the boar with an oil urn and then light him on fire with the Molotov right after that, and it's going to one-shot him. If you do not have those items, then don't worry. It's pretty much just as simple to take him out. Just requires a little bit more finesse. So carefully, slowly walk up to him from behind. Do a charged R2 attack, which will stagger him, and then you can take a step forward in R1 to perform a visceral attack, and this also pretty much one-shots him. This is the same effect as if you were to shoot an enemy while they are trying to hit you to cause them to stagger, and then visceral attack. You can do this from behind. A couple of items there, including a saw hunter badge, I believe that was called. And we're done here. Back up the ladder we go. Now we're coming up to a big boss fight, one of the more interesting and probably one of the more challenging bosses I imagine here in Bloodborne. So you have a couple of options. Go ahead and take the boss on if you like, but what I would recommend is going back across the bridge, take the elevator, run past the trolls, and go back to the Hunter's Dream. Chat with the doll, spend your blood echoes. I'm going to put a couple into strength and vitality. This is going to give me enough strength to get a new weapon from the merchant later. Over here, I'm going to fortify my hunter axe with the blood shards I've been picking up. If you want, you can also upgrade your saw spear. But that's going to be it for now. I'm going to head back to the stone here and go to Central Yharnam. Alright, so running back to the elevator. Don't have to engage anybody, even the trolls. Nothing they can do. They are too slow. Here we are back at the bridge. Of course, everything's respawned. Same as before. I'm going to start running at you. And if you want, you can hit him. Just make sure you get the hell out of the way when the, the flaming ball comes. Alright, so those guys are dead again. We have a couple of enemies here that are faced away from you. Again, great opportunity for an R2 charge attack. Pick up some hunter's marks and some other items. And this is when things are going to slow down, because I want to make sure that you guys catch everything that's going on in this fight. You can see like basically what the boss is like, and I have some tips for how to handle this guy. Now, if you really want to, you can use that music box as an item, much like we have our pebbles equipped, and you can press square, and that will cause the boss, Father Gascoigne, to be stunned momentarily. The item has a cooldown, however. You can't just keep spamming it and stunning him and then damaging him. If you're really struggling with this fight, then yes, definitely consider using it. But it's actually quite simple to beat this guy, I've discovered. even without the music box. In fact, some people will tell you it might actually be harder as you're trying to mess around with the stupid box, when instead you can just wait for the right opportunity, shoot him to stagger him while he's trying to attack you, and visceral attack.
What's that smell? The sweet blood. Oh, it seems to me it's enough to make a man sick.
Now, if you want, you can use the tombstones to kind of mess with his AI a little bit, maybe get a hit or two in, but chances are it won't be long before he moves around those tombstones and comes for revenge. Alright, now he's going into his transformation, which I believe is timed, not based on his health. So the faster that you can bring down his health before he transforms, the better position you're going to be in to actually kill him, because he is considerably tougher when he is transformed like this. He can quickly overwhelm you, and these tombstones will also maybe screw you over, get your camera in strange positions that make it hard to see what the hell is going on. Just keep dodging, be patient, wait for the right moment. Just like before, in his transformed form. Stagger, and visceral attack. And just like that, down goes Father Gascoigne. And from that, we pick up a tomb key, Odin tomb key, I guess it's how that's pronounced, which is going to give us access to a gate and take us to the cathedral ward. So with this lamp, of course, we have access to go back to the Hunter's Dream. Before you do that, I recommend going up these stairs. To the right is the gate that we can open using that key. But kind of more important than that, from this opening, we have access to an item that is laying on a woman's corpse, the red jeweled brooch. This is the item that the little girl said that her mother carried. Reading the description is quite interesting. It says that you can use to change into a droplet blood gem that fortifies any weapon. So we have a choice with this item, it seems. Now, I didn't even think about it even as a choice, so I didn't originally read the item description. You can either, as the description says, use it to fortify your weapon, or you can make good on your promise, or do the right thing, I guess is the better way to put it, and go deliver this back to the little girl who was looking for her mother. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my 2x speed walkthrough for the Yharnam Sewers and Father Gascoigne fight. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Click the like button to support these walkthrough videos here on my channel, and stay subscribed. More is coming soon. Thanks again for watching. My name is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.